everybody, welcome to the first ever Straight On Sit Down. My name is Vikas and with me I've got my beautiful wife Lenka. And in the Straight On Sit Down we are going to talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
And we'll have series somewhere in between, like the one we'll start off today for our first episode. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about our Survivor fantasy teams.
Very serious.
Very serious. Yeah. So basically we started a Survivor fantasy with our Bible study group. And we are watching the episodes live as they come out. You select a team, you get points based on the team that you've selected. And it's the most serious thing in the world where you cannot win anything except winning.
100%.
Yeah.
How did your week go previous episode?
You know, I didn't have a bad week, but I didn't have a great week. I have in my team, I've got Eva and Kyle. So Eva I had in my team because we knew she was gonna get points for the idol.
Or for
Or
some
the
advantage.
the advantage, which ended up being the safety without power.
Yeah. Most of us bought in.
So I had her in my team, I captained her. I had Kyle in my team, so he didn't really do much last episode, but he didn't go home. So
Which is always great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, how did your week go?
So I had the same approach. The previous week I had Joe and Mary, I think. And then I think we all decided we're going to bring in Eva. It was obvious she's going to get that extra point somehow for that advantage. There's 3 points.
Yeah.
So the decision was, do I take out Joe or Mary? You can only have one transfer per week, by the way. And I decided to take out Mary because we got a glimpse before the episode what the challenge is going to be. And it looked like that is David's. That's his bread and butter.
I mean, he's a big boy. He prides himself on his workout and whatever. And what was that other challenge? The grip strength
The grip
one.
strength, yes.
I mean, he had so much left in the tank where everyone else was done.
And no one can compete with him.
So he is just, like Brett would say, Johnny Bravo, you know.
Exactly.
He's just got it. And I think he lost it because of a slip up.
We saw Joe struggling.
Yeah.
He had it in the bag.
Yeah.
It was a moment of lost focus and
Yeah.
he slipped. So the thinking was to take out Mary was, I thought David's going to win the challenge and I thought David's in really big trouble before the episode. But I was so sure he's got that challenge in the bag. So I thought they might target Mary
to weaken
him and to still break that alliance a little bit. And I actually then also said that I think Mary's going home. That was my prediction.
Yeah.
So you can have 2 people in your team and one person you think is going to go out.
And you get 5 points for the person that goes out.
Yeah, so I said Mary's going to go home, and that's why I decided to take out her out of my team as well, of course. And I had to keep Joe, but realistically, I didn't keep Joe because I thought he's going to win the challenge or anything.
Yeah.
That was complete luck. So
Yeah.
So I'll take those points.
Yeah.
100%. I also had Eva as captain, so I had a great episode. I had the guy who won the challenge, I had the person who got the advantage, both voted correctly. So very lucky at the end of the day and good points. We just can't catch
Blake,
the league leader, does not have a great week. He has the wrong captain. I think he captained Carl. Doesn't get a lot of points, but then he predicted David to go home.
Can you believe it? I predicted David last week. And I think I'm gonna be a week ahead of everything because my person that I said went home is Shaheen, or was Shaheen. And I think Shaheen is in trouble for this next episode.
So let's chat about our plans for the next episode and what we think might happen.
Yeah.
In what happens next time on Survivor, we saw that Mary obviously is going to go to the other group. She's going to go with, who's it, Storm, Mitch, and Camilla.
Yeah.
So now suddenly it's 4-4.
She was in the Strong Boys Alliance because
But was
David, exactly. She wasn't there on merit. So I really do think she fits in better with the other group. And we are on that 4-4 clash now. So we are going to have a switch. Someone is going to switch over. And I think it's going to be Kyle.
100%. I think his relationship with Camilla is just too strong.
Yeah.
And why would they go 4-4 strong, go to Rocks? No one's going to go to Rocks at 8.
Maybe Eva
Joe
and
and
Eva
Eva
because
probably
they are
will.
just those honorable people, but it won't
But no
happen
one else
because
will.
Shaheen won't.
Shaheen and Carl won't.
But isn't there like a secret alliance between Shaheen and Star? Didn't Shaheen have something with Star? So I think
They can
could
completely
be-
go over.
it could be Shaheen as well.
Definitely.
And
would.
then maybe
Then Joe and Eva
Joe
can
and
be in
Eva
trouble. But Eva's the only one who's got any advantages left in the game. She's got the save without power and she's got the idol. But I also won't be surprised if she's very oblivious and
doesn't realize that she's in trouble.
so it could be very interesting. I'll probably think of keeping Eva just because she's got those advantages.
So she could play them right, and then you get those
get more points again.
100%.
So I'll probably keep her. Joe, I think, might be in trouble. I think his social game is strong enough to navigate around it. But do you go for Joe because he's now with David gone, probably the strongest guy
in
left?
line to
him and
win
Kyle?
those challenges.
As this season surprisingly has been very much grip strength based or strength based, except last episode, 2 episodes ago that was the poll. But there
that was also a phase challenge.
That had
it
strength
wasn't
to do
just
with
a straight pole challenge. So
really interesting because now in the new era we see mostly it's balance or maybe some puzzles in the challenge in the individual challenges, where this season has been quite brute strength.
Yeah. Then you've got your Joe and your Kyle that could win it.
That is,
and
if it's body weight based, Eva comes in.
And never forget Mitch with his ball throwing ability.
We haven't seen a challenge like that in a while.
You know, they love to do like
you need to
flipping
end the challenge
balls
and
on
things to stop.
exactly. And
then he
Mitch
comes into
have
play.
been showing amazing ability with the ball. So I think Mitch is also like a sneaky one that could win.
But he's also such a risk to go home.
Oh, 100%.
I think he's the target if it's going to that group. I think Mitch is going to be the target of those 4.
I agree.
And the other 4's probably going to be Joe.
Yeah.
I think
because
maybe Shaheen.
He's playing a good game, and he doesn't have the protection from Kyle that Camilla has.
Yes.
And let's be honest, Star isn't really going to feature.
No one's going to vote out Star.
And who's the other person?
It's Mitch, Star, Camilla, and Mary.
And Mary.
Mary's
but now,
a shout.
Mary is at the bottom. Why would you vote her out? She's doesn't have any other alliance members. She's the last original Siva, I think. Was it Siva?
No, she was in Lagi.
Last original Lagi. Yeah. She's a number. So why would you vote her out? I don't know.
The fantasy has opened up. I think up until now it's been relatively, I'm not going to say easy because then we would all be in the lead, but it was, you have 2 people of the strong alliance in your team. Realistically, I think all of us had. I think it was a safe bet. They were controlling the game. Didn't look like we saw David's in trouble, but they're not going to flip on Joe or Shaheen or Kyle. But now suddenly
anything can happen.
It's opened up. So it's made the decisions a lot more difficult.
It has. And now you have that decision of, are you going to play it safe? Are you going to pick people that you know won't go home?
Like Star. That's
Star.
not going to get any points.
Unless she accidentally stumbles into another idol.
Yeah.
Right?
That she gives away again.
Yes. Or do you actually go for it, risk having a Joe in your team that might win the challenge but might go home? Do you risk having, even an Eva, even a Shaheen, who, Joe and Kyle are very distrusting of Shaheen. They know that he is the type of person to flip first.
100%.
So even having a Shaheen in your team is a risk.
It's risky.
Because, now we're down to 8. Every player has a 1 in 8 chance. I feel like every player is a risk. In a way.
I think, and this is based not much, I think Kyle is probably one of the safest bets. I just think with the relationship that he has with Camilla.
Agreed.
The group of Mitch, Star, and Mary and Camilla, they're not going to vote for Kyle, right? So, and I think Camilla has got the social game with that group to make sure Kyle's not targeted.
Yeah.
And he can win the challenges depending on what the challenges is in the running in there. I think Kyle might be a good shot at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best person to win the challenges, but
he's still
got
there.
a chance.
Yeah.
He's got a chance. Don't think he's going home. That's probably where I'm leaning towards taking out Joe. But do I really want to take out Joe, who I think is probably the odds-on favorite to win the challenge?
It's difficult. I know Britt's strategy this season around is to just pick the people she likes, vote out the people she wants to go home, and that's the way she's playing. And it's annoying because she's ahead.
Now the question is, with the group we have now, let's ask this: who is your two favorite people, and who do you want? Who do you want to go home? Oh, we all wanted David to go home. We went.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I want Joe to win this whole thing.
Ooh.
I want Joe to win it. He's a stand-up guy, but so is Kyle. He was he the guy that helped Kevin fill up his thing
in the first episode?
I mean, what a guy!
That's true.
In a challenge, I like a good person to win. So I think it's Joe or Kyle.
Who you want to win?
Who I want to win.
Okay.
Those are my top. To be honest, apart from Star, there's no one I would be sad about winning. I think we have such good contestants this year.
It's strong across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've had a long relationship with Survivor.
100%.
I call myself a super fan. So I like the people who's maybe a bit more sneaky.
You want an underdog? You want Shireen to win?
I want, that's what I was
saying. I know you want
Shireen
to win.
I like someone who still wants to play the strategy game.
That's so true.
Don't get me wrong, Joe is a stand-up guy
but he's boring in a way.
But is he playing the game of Survivor?
Shireen is scratching his way to the top, and
we've seen bits of his social game that he talks to everyone.
He does talk to everyone.
That you don't really they don't make, and I think that's what the producers are doing well. It's not obvious, but they are showing you.
They are showing clips of him chatting to your star,
to Mitch, to Camilla. He's got those relationships. If Joe and Shireen both makes final 3, fair enough. I think Joe probably still takes it just because of who he is, but I think Shaheen's jury management, talking to the guys that's on the bottom, is better than someone like Joe. Joe and David and Eva are probably the worst in the sense of this is my group, this is who I'm sticking to, this is who I'm talking to. I don't see Eva winning this game.
I agree. I think Eva fell into that trap 100%. I've got a strong alliance. Why would I even talk to the others?
And she's not rude.
No, of
but
course
she's not talking to others.
But you can see that she's got that loyalty, and I think that's a problem that incredibly loyal people like your Joe and Eva have. Even Joe, although he has a relationship with the rest, he sticks to his core, and I think that will hurt them in the end. So even as Shaheen winning, I won't be mad about it.
That's what I'm supporting.
Yeah.
But
then why don't you put him in your team? Back your boyki.
I want to, but I just don't see the big points from him.
I think you should risk it,
I don't think he's gonna win the immunity challenge, realistically. I can't see him. He's not gonna physically beat a Joe or a Carl. If it comes to maybe more balanced things, I think Eva comes into play. It looks like it. So and if it's things like throwing, now Carl comes into play.
And Mitch.
I meant Mitch. If it's a puzzle, Camilla comes into play. And Shaheen comes into play. So that's the only way you see Shaheen coming into play. So even though I hope he goes far in the game, I don't see a 7-8 pointer
from him.
From Shaheen, but I do see that from a Kyle.
I hear you, although Shaheen is your guy that will go look for an idol and go decide, leave my alliance behind. I'm going to go into the bushes and find myself an idol.
Why are you trying to convince me to go for Shaheen?
Because I really don't like being second last.
I've been lost this whole season. I've come out of the depths the last 2 episodes.
You have really.
Now I'm in
we
the-
went like this, the opposite
Yes,
way. My
now-
brain is, you were at the bottom and I was at the top, and then we did this.
Now I'm in the middle 15 to 20 points behind Blake. Still possible. I need Blake's captain to go home.
Yes, can
I need
Blake's
Blake's
captain just go
captain.
home? But then please let Blake's captain not be our captains as well. You know,
True.
I mean, shame, poor Andres. I felt so happy when his captain went home. There was not a little bit of remorse when that happened. I was just smiling ear to ear. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah.
So we've spoken about who we want to win and
Yeah.
who we think's going far. So first thoughts, who do we think's going home?
It's so difficult. I truly think that it's gonna be someone from the Strong Alliance. I think it's gonna be a strong guy. I think that the weaker players, you can say what you want, they do not give the threat vibe. It's just what it is. So I think anyone would think that, let me rather align with the weaker people because I've got a better chance at beating them.
So let's look who's the 4? It's Kyle. We both said we don't think it's Kyle.
I don't think it's Kyle.
We think Kyle's the one who's going over.
We've got Eva.
Got Eva with 2 advantages. They might try and flash the idol.
I think they're gonna flash the idol.
Because
They haven't mentioned the idol at all. I think
they all know about it.
They know about it.
It's not a secret.
I think it is in the back of their minds, and all of a sudden, at some point, they're gonna realize, listen, we need to flush this idol, and they might target Jo to get her to play it for Jo, because they know that that relationship is rock solid.
The only way, and I'm throwing out numbers here, the only way they can flush the idol properly is if they somehow convince Kyle and Shaheen to come over.
I don't think that's difficult.
Because they need to do
A split.
a 3-3 split, because then it's 3 and 2 from Eva and Jo, because you can't just do it with 5.
Yeah.
Because then you've got 3-2 and they still have 3 votes. So there's the problem. I agree with you. I just, for some reason, I can't see Eva going home with all her advantages. Maybe it's just because I'm backing my boyki. I can't see Shaheen going home.
He's too scrappy. He's too, streetwise.
And the whole edit is showing Jo going deep.
It is. But what I like about Jo and Jo's edit, the information he has is so spot on. I feel like always in the past you've seen the person saying, I don't think, it was Shaheen. I don't think Kyle has anything, and then
they show him.
Kyle has an idol,
Yeah.
But Jo's information is so spot on that I don't see him being blindsided.
The problem I have with Jo, and this for the first time I realized it, maybe I've just missed it. He gets information, the right information, but he doesn't do anything with it. I don't think, and this is, like I said, might be wrong, I don't think he's made a decision this game. He went to Eva.
That's true, he just goes to
He
the
goes
numbers.
to Eva, what do you want to do? Whatever you do, I follow you.
So true.
It's like, geez, Jo, you're this big, lovable guy that everyone likes. If you put a name out there, they're going.
Yeah.
But he's not doing it. Even when there's a group, when David was still there, David and Kyle and everyone, he's never someone who makes a decision.
But Jo doesn't have a backstabbing bone in his body.
That's my problem with Jo.
Yeah.
You can't play the game like that. Like
You
I
can
said,
play it,
that's
but
me.
you don't deserve to win like that.
And no, some people might see it that way. Some people might see it that they want people like that to win.
To be likable.
That's just not me. I like a scrappy survivor.
Shaheen, yeah.
I'm thinking of a Tony from back in the day.
Back to the original question. Who is going home? It's not Mary. We don't think it's Jo. We don't think it's Eva. We don't think it's Kyle. We don't think it's Shaheen.
It can
It can be Shaheen.
be Mary.
You think it will be Mary?
Can be.
Can be.
I don't think it's Star, Mitch, or Camilla, or Kyle. I think,
So we've eliminated everyone except
Oh.
Mary and potentially Shireen.
and the other three. No, and the other three. So I think Mary because I just don't want it to be Shaheen, okay?
I know.
But I think he's probably one of the most likely.
Listen,
Looking at the numbers.
he's gonna be targeted. I think he can wiggle himself out. That's my thing.
But moving the target to who? In my head, the numbers are showing Joe. But I don't think it's Joe. I just don't think so.
Ugh,
And
it's so tough.
Of vibes. Logic, Joe. Vibes, not Joe.
Not Joe.
So where do you go? I don't think it's
don't know
Mitch.
what to say.
Mitch has been always targeted. To be fair,
Mitch just.
I'm sitting on the fence. I'm sorry.
I'm also sitting on the fence, but you know, I'm gonna make a call now. I'm gonna keep Shaheenas out
Ooh,
because I
Okay.
said David, then I took him out, and then he went out. Now, then I said Shaheen, I'm not gonna take him out.
following the trend,
Following the trend.
keeping it well,
Keeping
playing
with
the
it.
trend.
I'm gonna keep Shaheen, and then if he doesn't go home, I'll be happy. And if he does go home, I'll be happy.
So 3 questions. We already had who's out,
Yes,
and you saying Shaheen.
I'm saying Shaheen.
I'm throwing. It's not gonna happen. Mary for now.
Okay, so we're both basically keeping the same out as last week.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Mary. Okay.
Okay.
Who's winning the immunity challenge? We don't know what the immunity challenge is so far. by the way.
Immunity win, I'm gonna go with Kyle. I'm gonna go with
I
Kyle.
want you to do the same thing, but I don't want to have the same answer than you. As you. So you saying Kyle?
You wanna go Joe, just say it.
Let's go Joe. You know what? Let's go Joe. Just to be different. Okay. And final one. What word can I use? One random prediction. Something that happens.
One random prediction.
Something that happens in the episode.
Okay, I think the challenge is going to include water.
Oh, just because of the scene of
Because
Star.
of the
eh?
scene, yeah, because of the
That's
scene
a
of Star.
shout.
I think the challenge will involve water, whether it's a reward challenge or
That's a very good
That's
shout.
my prediction, my random prediction. How
I
about
think
you?
that's a very good shout because in the new era they don't show those clips anymore.
No, they don't.
So it surely has to lead somewhere.
I wish that they would include those clips more.
Yeah, we
They
like
also
it.
they also had Eva swimming. Oh, but that was actually leading into this. But they actually showed that they were busy fishing.
Which they don't usually do lately.
They haven't done that lately.
I like
wish
it.
they
I
would.
really enjoy it. My random prediction,
Mm.
there's going to be a journey again. We haven't had one in a while.
Okay.
Right. And Shaheen's going to go
And lose his vote.
and he's going to find something. Some advantage. He's not going to be the only one that goes. There's going to be a couple.
But you see, if someone goes and loses their vote, then it's not 4-4 anymore.
I didn't even think about that.
Then it's not 4-4 anymore. And that's what they did the previous time when it was 4-4 or when it was equal. Then they went on the journey.
Someone loses their vote.
Mary lost. Who lost their vote? Was it Mary?
It was Star. It was with that the red balls game.
Yes. Star lost her vote and then there was an unequal.
Then I'm definitely sticking to
your gut.
my prediction. There's going to be a journey, 3 points, and then Shireen's going to get something.
Oof,
That's rogue, but
I do like that prediction, and that does strengthen putting Shireen in your team.
no, but you can't put him in your team of complete vibes. I mean, for all we know, like all my predictions are going to be, it's always correct. So Joe's going to win the challenge, and then he might take Shaheen on the reward, and then he can't go on the journey.
Yes. Who did Joe take before? Mitch and Eva.
Yeah, but Mitch was because he hasn't went on any rewards this whole season. He won't take him again. He'll probably take Shaheen and Eva.
That's
Maybe
not
Kyle.
a smart idea.
But Joe is not. He's not going to think about it
He's
strategically.
not thinking strategically.
He's going to be like, "This is my people. They will eat with
I
me.
want my friends to eat.
Eat with me."
I think
Let's have
so.
a good time.
Listen, I think we need to stop our podcast. I think we are rambling on.
We can go on for a lot longer.
I know. But I think for the people, the 3 people watching, my mom, my grandma, your mom,
And Black.
and Blake, to see what our strategies are.
Maybe we get one of them on here as a guest for one of these episodes on Survivor. Yeah.
So 4 people, we
We'll
can't
take
waste their time like this. So
Any survivors out there watching, please let us know your predictions. Who do
100%.
you think is going to win immunity? Who's going home? One random prediction.
Cheers.
Chat next week.